Dear friends, colleagues, our partners, our graduates, our viewers, all those who are here to celebrate our holiday. My greetings to all of you, and I'm really happy to open this meeting. And my congratulations on this anniversary. Happy anniversary to all of us. And I'm really glad that you continue to support Academy and are always with us. And I do welcome in particular those who are our novices and they are ready to get information about our successes, achievements over the time of history of the Academy. You know, the last 2 years, 2019, 2020, the years of 2020, 2021 were quite busy. We were very committed to move to a totally different level, and we reshaped, redesigned approach to our educational programs, and we brought them to a totally new level. The Academy itself and all those materials we provide. And therefore, today, I'm really glad to pass the floor and hand over the floor to sum up our achievements and our journey over 10 years long to Andrey Khovratov, our CEO. Andrey, the floor is yours. Greetings, dear friends. Please give me some indication of how well you can hear and see me, whether everything is okay. Give me tens, please. And you know, I'm really inspired today when I got up and realized that we are 10 years of age, dear friends. 10 years ago, on the 15th of September 2011, there was the festive launch of the Academy of Private Investor, although it was registered in 2010, and the website, I made it on my own, as the outsourced company actually did what I didn't want. And my eldest son once came and I asked him to do it, but he says, look, Dad, the way this site you would like it to look like, only you can do it. So there was a course on how to design your own website in 2 weeks. Study this course and do it, and then actually you may outsource it to someone else. I studied 2 weeks how to do it, and eventually I managed to do it, and it was in February 2011. There were a lot of free materials, some courses were available, and it was like a test launch. We were still polishing everything, and on the 15th of September 2011 in particular, there was this festive launch, and by that time there were about 3,000 followers, including active users, those who bought the products or actively used the products. There were about 300, and when we launched, 150 persons at the first webinar, and then since the 1st of October, the first series training, 8 fundamentals of the private investor, and this is a prototype of today's Profi-Investor course, and 10 years passed, and you know, this journey was incredible. Our shared journey was incredible, because in the first years, in 2012, 2013, there were 35 countries with over 3 years, there were either 120, 130 people. So, you know, there are followers, those who refuse, and 100,000, they were quite active, and the most active, 68,000 altogether. And then there was a survey, and I found out that about 10,000 followers or subscribers are those people who are investors, who are earn from $10 and more. And I realized all this. And then I started quite actively. One of the first session on the 25th of November 2015, where I started to talk about new economic evolution of the world, whereas this concept was born in 2007. Next slide, by the way. Look, we grew a lot since 2011 until 2014. There was an army of investors trained who were good at investing. And then 2-3 years after, I spent 3 online business forums, and 2 of them were quite powerful. And you know, then starting from next year, there will be both online, offline investment forums where we will promote the academy in many countries. Until 2014, there were 35 countries, mostly Russian-speaking community, where since 2014, in 2014, we developed the EIPs for one of our companies, promoting MLCI since 2014, the 1st of October 2014. So the MLCI business model was back then. And most important thing that was originally there and why the academy has been set up, that is the aim to improve financial literacy in the population, as there are a lot of people who earn money, but there is another art of preservation and multiplication of your capital. And look, what happened over this time? In 2015, start of the business training Master Profi. Yes, it was 60% packaged for the development of entrepreneurial business, and the 40% of its composition was the investment aspects. And since 2015, when we started to design this business training Master Profi, we started to create a lot of conscientious investors, not investors willing to speculate, to trade, to buy low and sell high, but they are the people who are conscientious in this. And I was a bit disappointed because a few people were interested in financial literacy, quite a small number. And if you sum up why not many people are eager to study, most people, and quite likely our investors, invest consultants, those who recruit other investors, you heard this statement: I don't want to study. I will give you my money to manage and please grow my money. So on the one hand, I'm lured, but on the other hand, I don't want to do anything. I will give you my money and you will manage. And in due time, you know, I actually in 2008 was hit by this when I provided advisory and advised people where to invest, whereas in 2008 there was a financial crisis which affected the global economy, and most of my clients actually crashed in investing. Yes, they didn't lose, but they crashed in investing, and myself as a financial consultant, investment consultant, I received a lot of negative complaints. This is because of your recommendations. My recommendation was to stay on the real estate market, stock market. Don't leave it, but people left it. And you know, I was like the boy to blame, because I realized that on the one hand, they wanted to entrust me and to listen to my recommendations, and then I was to blame. And you know, in 2011, those people actually who wanted to get my advice, they had to take a course, and 8 rules of a private investor. You should learn it by heart as ABC. And if there was personal coaching, it would be provided only to those people who took a test, and then I advised them where to invest. And it actually was very effective because many companies I worked with at that time, including well-known Russian companies, Finan, there was an international company, I don't know, then it disappeared, a brokerage company, quite strong one, by the way, insurance companies, companies from Ukraine, Russian companies, European companies participating in investment business forum, brokerage companies. They were grateful to the Academy of Private Investor a lot for our training conscientious and highly qualified investors who do not ask silly questions but know what investing is and how to diversify your risks and what is portfolio-based mindset and portfolio management are. And these are very important things. Why? Because these people were not screaming or crying in case there were some crashes on the market, some distortions on the markets, or some declines, market declines. Investors knew how to behave in such a situation and how to preserve and multiply their capital. Sometimes it was even funny. Some instruments or tools and one and the same tool used by two persons invest in the same tool, in the same instrument. One gets super return, whereas the other is at loss, although the instrument is the same. And I realized one important thing, that it's not as important to train people in investment literacy and which instruments there are and what risk diversification is, but it's important to make sure that the person who invests and takes a journey of financial success, he must develop in himself a mindset of a successful investor and a mindset of a rich investor. And it is one of the key aha moments in 2011 and in 2013. I positioned myself not as a business trainer, but as a business coach in financial and investment development of a personality. Because if the person has this investment and financial personality, he will multiply and earn more. But investor without this correct, proper investment mindset or a philosophy of successful investor, a philosophy of successful wealth, he will only lose. And one of the key statements I heard at one of the workshops on investing in 1999, it was one of the solid companies, and the lecturer who actually read the lecture on investing in financial portfolio, at the beginning he said, the key objective of myself over these 3 days is for you to start the proper investment mindset and way of thinking. And 3 days after, he asked, did you already start it? And we answered, we have our mindset already shaped. And he started to laugh. It took me a decade or even more, but you managed to do it over 3 days. Well done. But dear friends, it's important to understand that the key element of this business training Master Profi is to create the internal state of a financial personality, financially successful person. But in 2016, there were questions. I was curious maybe to launch some game training or some simulation similar to Robert Kiyosaki's. And in 2016, we started to design it. And in 2017, launch of the Transformational Genius of Finance training game. It was quite complicated. The cost has to be trained. You must be the Profi-Investor of category 3 at least. And you know, in this game included such things as bankruptcy, when from the outer circle you may be pushed back to a smaller circle. There were some seizures of your business, And afterwards, a bit later, we decided to update the format of the Genius of Finance. The process started in 2019. A new design for online version, but a simpler version was designed. Today, a simpler version of the Genius of Finance, which is easy for everyone who reads the guide of rules, and you can play it at home with your family. And the goal of this simpler game is that almost in every family, this game is available. And you know, in any family, like before, at weekends, once a month, family members came together, they made barbecue, and they play some board games. And so that members of the family come together with some frequency and to play the Genius of Finance, so that they practice, they apply in practice the rules of becoming financially wealthy. Then in 2018, before that, the Academy of Private Investor has its own brand website under such types of ownership as an individual entrepreneur. I was an individual entrepreneur. It was registered into my name. Then there was a company in Lithuania open, then in offshore zone, DVI. And then in 2018, we set up the Academy of Private Investor in Moscow, Russia, and got a license to provide educational activities. And in 2018, we even held the international game tournament in Minsk, Belarus. And which results did we get? By that time, if you are not licensed, then you are not a solid educational institution. Therefore, we got our license. And because of this, we started to develop even further. We could plan, and we got more opportunities to enter, penetrate other markets. And at the end of 2019, where the blockchain technology sector was added to crypto unit program, and it was about the education and training. The academy actually designed the courses and handed them over to crypto unit for it to provide training on blockchain technologies and investing in blockchain technologies and crypto market. And in 2020, we rebranded and restructured the API, if you remember, and at MLCI 260, we cover 20 sectors of the investment market, and where almost 50% of this training at the marathon was about the investment and financial literacy. In 2021, this year, we are launching the training platform of a new format, and there is a launch of the new training programs, Invest-consultant and Profi-Investor. So those trainings packaged, they are Profi-Investor of category 3, of category 2, of category 3, category 2, category 1, and of the advanced category. Could you please show the next slide? I will explain what it means. Look, over this time, dear friends, we are over 1.6 million users. We have over 400,000 active users, those who bought some products, and on a monthly basis, when we review the analytics, so monthly, over 400,000 visits to the website of the Academy, which means that even this limited number of users are interested. And look, now there is a trend where the Academy of Private Investor is solely educational platform. It does not pay bonuses under the loyalty program or referral program, because all this is done by our partner company, Evorich, the marketing company that promotes the courses of the Academy. And in its training programs, the key element is naturally the investment and financial literacy aspects. Well, all the courses that were prepared over this time, they were narrowed down to 4 key programs of Profi-Investor. Profi-Investor of category 3, number 1. Profi-Investor of category 3. So we study 2 topics, but honestly speaking, there are more than that. I will read this out for you to understand which topics are covered under this program of category 3. So that, and in October, we will record the support videos. Now, the training will be done through Zoom sessions, but starting from November, I hope. Then, monthly, there will be courses added of Profi-Investor category 3, category 2, category 1, and advanced category. What does this mean? It means that once a month there will be enrollment to groups and training will be done online, video online, and weekly mentorship sessions with questions to be answered. Well, in terms of the contents, the Profi-Investor category 3 has the topic of basics of investing, where we study and explore 14 subtopics. And 9. So we explore in detail what financial independence and what does it give. So these are financial fundamentals. Then the second part, these are the basics of the commandments. There is the investment and investing, the difference, the power of accumulation, and why you need to save aside 10%, how to dispose of your expenses and costs, and how to create income properly, because one of the key aspects in investing, which I realized myself, and I recommended this almost to all those students who were at the academy, is the following. If and whenever a person works for money, then he limits himself, he limits his development, because his task is simply to earn for money and to cover all his basic expenses. But when he works for assets, his brain works in a different way. He understands that to increase assets, and rich people never work for money. They make money to increase their assets. The more assets you have, the higher your profits are. And wealthy people work for assets. And in the basics of investing, there are the subtopics covered, quite easy to understand, I would say, and they're structured in such a way, and those people who will start, by the way, today, so there will be an introductory lesson, and all these people will be able to understand these complicated terms in an easy way. And the Profi-Investor is designed to take a person through, a person who still doesn't understand fully what investing is, this so-called novice or investors beginners, so that you gradually get to the level of professionalism in investing. And the first steps in investing, this course, first steps in investing, this course includes another 9 topics, including the reasons of people's losing money in pyramids, algorithm to detect such companies, then assets and liabilities, what they are about, and how to create assets, and how to create assets more than your liabilities. We will study levels of investors to understand at which level you are and where to move and what to take. We will study retirement plans, investment strategies, how to design your retirement plan for 4, 8, 12, 16 years. So you will create your own pension program or plan. So before, look, when a child is born, you save up. So there was such a program when you save aside some amounts, and you will study how to create such a program that over 8, 12, or 4 years will allow you to reach the relevant level of passive income as if you are a retiree, a retired person. What is a retirement age for a wealthy person? This is when you actually do what you like and you still get inflow of money. You don't work. And the topic, the first steps in investing, in private investing. There is another topic of risk hedging and how to do it, and the basics of diversification. And most importantly, that is the creation of the investment portfolio. And there we will study the basics of the design of the investment portfolio, and you will build it on your own, because one of the key goals of a private investor is for you to learn how to build your own investment portfolio. Then, in case of Profi-Investor of category 2, there we study financial plans in particular and how to create a financial plan of a life of your dream. And we start studying sectors, objects, and financial market segments. The first 10 objects that are very important. You will practice your skills, how they are created and how to manage them. After each category, there will be an exam, a test to take, and I can assure you that you may be relaxed. Look, Profi-Investor category 3, the tasks will not be complicated a lot, and they will help you understand what is the art of investing and develop your own investment strategy. Category 2 or category 1, you will be able to create your own investment portfolio with the return of 20–30% per annum, whereas Profi-Investor of category 2, you will learn to build with a portfolio with the return of 50% and minimum risk. And category 1, you will learn to build a portfolio with the guaranteed preservation of your capital, because in investing there are 2 major rules made by Warren Buffett. Hopefully you know who he is. For me, he is an ideal personality in the investment world, because I always wanted to resemble him, to apply similar strategies. And once he said, the first important rule of a private investor, of any investor, is not to lose your money. Never lose your money. And the second one is always remember the rule number 1. So the important aspect of investing, first of all, is to learn to preserve your money, and secondly, multiply. Well, Profi-Investor of category 3 will help you learn, and you will learn to actually preserve your capitals. Then category 2, at this level, you will preserve them, multiply, and earn quite a good return, up to 60% per annum. And you can learn all this by studying those technologies that will be studied. And Profi-Investor of category 1, we study sectors, segments of the financial market. Part 2, about 22 sector segments will be studied. Then we will study evaluation of investment proposals, investment portfolio, different investment portfolios. You will be trained how to do it. Then inflation, hyperinflation, economic crises and crashes and collapses, why they happen, and how to get ready for these crises. Look, in 2008, when I was very knowledgeable about investing, and you know, it seems that I was blessed by the Lord to know everything. But 2008 came with its default, and I realized one important thing, that it turns out that there are state speculations of the almighty of this world. I call them financial tycoons. And as they say internally, sometimes rough or in a softer way, bankers and all the like, They say we are financial whales and we eat smaller fish. Are we smaller fish for them? No, you are quite normal, but there are a lot of such fishes. So it's quite normal for them to make a lot of people earn first, and then they actually deprive them of this. You know, there is a term I like a lot, like slaughtering pigs or something else, bad things. But in future, these brokers again are slaughtered by financial tycoons. And Profi-Investor Category 1, by taking this course, you will learn how to manage your finances and always multiply and earn more, even during crisis time. For you, a crisis will be the best opportunity that could be open to an investment consultant or a person knowledgeable in investing, and basics of stock trading as well. And the exam for the first category course plus a certificate. In addition to that, there will be Profi-Investor of the advanced category, but the information will be detailed in October, and Profi-Investor of the highest of the advanced category is a course in trading, which means how to manage through trading technologies in Forex, currency and stock market, how to trade in commodities and services available. So these are more advanced topics, and the key goal is to train Profi-Investors for people. And as I said, my goal and mission was to create the people who are conscientious and they could only preserve and multiply. And my goal was 1 billion registered users. But this year, when these courses were designed, I adjusted this goal. And my goal is that in 2025, by 2030 maximum, we have 1 billion not registered users, but the Academy of Private Investor has 1 billion of Profi-Investors of the third, second, first, and advanced category. So these are the goals for the next 5 years, decade actually, as we have 1.6 million registered users, and the active customers or active partners, those who go to the back office, these are our partners, and there are about 400,000 of them, and over 10,000 hyperactive partners with whom we can implement this mission and build new. And next slide, please. The Invest consultant, those who take this course for Invest consultant, and the difference. The difference is the following. Profi-Investor is a person who learns how to invest, preserve and multiply and never lose. The Invest consultant is an expert, is a specialist in how to invest this money. Profi-Investors will be trained and created by Invest consultants. And the topics to study in the course Invest Consultant, fundamentals of investment consulting, types of investment consultants. Because if you don't understand the levels of consultants, and your client is a speculator, but you offer him long-term investment, this is not what he needs. So therefore, we will study some psychology, and there is such a technique that you join your client and then push him with you. You must understand who your client is, either a long-term player or a short-term player. So maybe you offer him to actually buy low and sell high, but he doesn't need it. He is a long-term investor. Or you have some speculation instruments, but he doesn't know, it doesn't need this. So, and we will study this as well. Then the specialization of investment consultants and prospects of this profession over the next 2 years. So there is a deficit of the multi-profile investment consultant globally. And I believe in 3-5 years, the deficit will be as high that per each invest consultant, there will be about 1,000 clients. But one invest consultant may guide maximum 100 people, but the demand will be for 1,000 persons to be guided by one investment. Therefore, we are having this forward-looking vision, and we will train them in advance. And over the last 5 years, there was a market emerging of blockchain technologies, and those invest consultants in the past or specialists in stock market, in forex market, they did not shift to blockchain as they thought So we will offer something new, as well as financial plans. Sorry, for some time there was the technical hiccup. So we will study as well the financial plans and how to create your personal brand, or how to create extra income from 50 to 300% of your current salary or income. With at least 50% or better 300%, I will explain. So professional consultants get a fee of at least $150 per hour. And this is the reason why you will have an extra stream of income. In addition to that, investment consultancy may be carried out through the game playing. We will learn this as well. The next one, top 10 investment markets to work with your potential clients and how to show them. Levels of risk to be shown to the client in decision-making, trading strategies in investing, because if a client comes and says, I want to do trading, but you don't know how to do it, but you must be good at it. And this is the reason why the Profi-Investor gets this, the invest consultant. Then the next topic, what are the pitfalls of working with clients, as there are a lot of them. In 2008, clients approached me and, you know, they criticized me, saying that it was me to blame for them being at loss. I tried to train them and I tried to help the people to understand investing better, but they were neglecting me. The next one, portfolio strategies that can be adopted by clients and how to work with portfolio managers. Digital guarantees and new digital economy technologies. This is another solid area with a high potential to unleash. Real estate markets and how to deal with them in investment consulting. Fundamentals of public speaking, creating a business plan for your life for the next 50 years, because there are very few people who actually design your business plan for the next 50 years. We will learn how to do it. Even if you are today 60 years of age and you would like to become an invest consultant, then I believe it will help you to prolong your life expectancy, your life. Quick start algorithm and Genius of Finance Simulator, investment consultant as lifestyle consultancy of your dreams. If you want to become an investment consultant, dear friends, an investment consultant is not earning for some time. I come and earn as an invest consultant, as this is a well-paid job. So it should become a style of your life, because if you like figures, if you like managing your own finance, then through this you may earn by helping others to manage their funding. You know, once Donald Trump said the following: first of all, learn to do what you like, and then learn to charge money for this. Therefore, those people who already like what they do, we will train you to do it in an excellent way, and then you will learn it how to charge fees for this. We will show you and train you, and there will be exam taken with the award of certificates, and you can become an invest consultant and work with us and other organizations. And my goal for the next decade is to make an army of people with at least 10 million of investment consultants in. This is my strategy for the next decade, 5-10 years maximum. Well, our key mission of the Academy of Private Investor and the project of the Academy is to educate at least 15% of the global population in financial and investment literacy, so that people on the planet Earth become professional investors and always multiply their reach, their wealth. Secondly, to bring to life the new economic evolution of the world program, where everyone can become a co-owner of those innovative enterprises, businesses, goods, and services of which they use. And only then we can all come to abundance and prosperity of everyone in every country on every continent of the planet. This is our key mission and our key objective. And now I'd like to pass over to the next speaker, or Tatyana. Yeah, there is one slide. As I said, to build a class of multidisciplinary investment investors of about 10 million people worldwide, focused to help 1 billion people create capital over $1 million. And then NEEW will be implemented very quickly. Next slide. And now I'd like to give you our next speaker. She is a person, you know, when I met her in 2016 and she took a Master Profi course, she asked a lot of questions in investing. And I told her, Mila, you come to Master Profi, get this training, and then you will ask your questions. After this training, there were no questions in investing, in building a business. And Mila is one of the few persons who, after taking all the assignments in building a portfolio, many things when I looked through her portfolio were very unique. You know, a person with very good, solid education background, and the results she has is not in money, but in preserving the capital. Her result is extraordinary, because when over some time you earn the specific amount of money over 5 years, to say you earn 1 million, but when over the same 5 years you created assets worth of 5 million, this is a good result. But when a person over a year earns 1 million, or 5 years earn 1 million, but the assets are only worth of 10,000, so it's quite bad, because he failed to build his assets over this time. And Mila is one of the few persons who does not only earn, but knows how to multiply exponentially what she earns today. Mila, I would like to pass the floor to you.
Hello, hello, everybody.
How are you doing, guys? Message.
Can you hear me? Can you see me well? Can you please put plus in chat? I'm very excited, guys. And thanks a lot, Andrey, for such an amazing introduction. Today is super awesome day. Imagine 10 years ago, Andrey has opened the company with only himself and few guys to help him with IT to manage, and that's it. And today we have 1.7 almost million people and a new ecosystem. So Academy of Private Investor has given this massive growth, has given this important fundament, and even till today, and I'm sure for another 10, 50, and 100 years, they're going to sustain this fundament to making sure that our students, our partners, people who would like to follow new economic evolution of the world has enough financial knowledge. And I'm a big believer that in the world of, changing the world, and the finance and investment plays really crucial role. And I remember myself when I start learning from the Academy of Private Investor, I actually realized that it's another world around us. I have never learned this from the school. I have never learned this from university. I have never learned this from so many courses I have attended in London. And when I realized this diamond opportunity Academy of Private Investor has, I was overwhelmed. And this really helped me to become who I am today. It's really helped me to make these choices who help to sharpen my personality. And each of you who are students of Academy of Private Investor, who has attended maybe some courses previously, can you please put from scale 1 to 10, how useful this knowledge was to you personally? And let's go to the next slide. Well, in English chat, I can see lots of 10s, and I'm really proud. I'm really proud of all students, and I'm really proud how company has developed. And you know, we managed to build a massive business on the bone of Academy of Private Investor. And every single time when we're talking about business, when we're talking about investment instrument, every single time it's come to realization that without knowledge, it's worth nothing. Without knowledge, we would not be able to learn how to sustain and multiply. Without the knowledge, we would never able to tell what instrument is good, what instrument is bad. The knowledge, this is something which differentiates person who's actually making the difference and act wisely, or person who just know a lot of things but act as a library. And I see that the Academy of Private Investor for the last 10 years has changed lots of people's lives. We have so many courses, and Andrey Khovratov have shared with you a few key events which have been launched for the last 10 years. And I can reassure you, it's going to be more and more events, more and more education, more and more training will come in the future, because today the world needs Academy of Private Investor. Today, every single person who wanted to grow rich, who wanted to have security, who wanted to have financial security and freedom, they need these courses. And I'm really proud that the courses which we have today, I have a different categories which able to actually fulfill the demand for each person. And even if you have somebody from the countries where they never attended any of their financial investment courses, I can reassure you that these people also will see the massive value in Academy of Private Investor teachings. I came across one of the statistics, and let's go to the next slide, which for me was very upsetting. There is a university in America, they have done this research, and they took 100 educated people from universities who followed them through their careers, but 65 years in total. And the end of this career, this is what happened to these people. 28% unfortunately do not leave at this age. 63% depend on the family or state benefit, which is majority. Only 4% are well off, or they're able to meet the needs and to meet the ends, and they don't need to have additional like charity. And only 1% are managed to become wealthy. Think about it. This means that almost every single person in a room of 10 will not actually be able to fulfill the biggest potential. Unless they will start making a different choices. They will start look at their, and I love this word alternative education, where they can educate themselves and where they can find the instruments which will be able to fulfill their dreams. I see that Academy of Private Investor, we have lots of students who have completed the course. And if you would have if we would have taken these 100 educated people from Academy of Private Investor, I can tell you that our statistics will be completely different. And I agree with Andrey Khovratov when he said about, becoming an investment consultant. This will even help you on a different dimension of your life. Even you can live longer, because absolutely, when you do something you love, when you do something because you're helping another people, you're solving the problems, you find a solution. Every single day you will be energized. Every single day you will be excited about who you're going to meet next. And this is important. So our company, it is not a theory company, or it's not a traditional education where there are lots of clever people. Yes, we have lots of clever people, but our education are practical education. And you can see that with this practice, we can make a massive difference. How many of you, can you please put plus, how many of you would like to also become the coaches for Academy of Private Investor? And when you will finish this course yourself, when you will do all homeworks yourself and see the results out of the teachings, would you be willing to take this knowledge and share with another people? I see only pluses in English room. I can see lots of pluses in Russian room. What we do is going to help not just yourself or your family, but hundreds, thousands, or maybe millions of people who you ever talk to. I remember the day when Armand Murnieks told me about the company, and he told me about Academy of Private Investor Course. I was very skeptical. And the only reason why I bought this course, because he was calling me every single day, telling me that I need to go for this course. So I thought, okay, Armand, I'm just going to go for this course and see how it goes. I'm happy that he chased me. I'm happy that he was extra pushing on me to finish this course. Because today, not just my life has changed, but so many people who I ever talked, who I ever taught, coached, mentored, so many people who are listening my webinars, their lives also changing slowly, 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 slowly. So when you think about it, it's not just one person who's going to change the life, it's the massive impact which you will have on thousands, 100,000s, and maybe a million people. And there is one very interesting story which majority of you have heard of, and it's a good reminder from one of my students in Action Takers group, Pratibha. She said she shared this beautiful story about elephant. That's one elderly man was walking around and he saw the big elephant on a tiny rope. And he looked at this elephant and it seems like the elephant was tight and he could not even move properly because his leg was so tightened with this rope. But when he looked at this rope, he realized that it's so tiny. And if you consider the size of the elephant, he could easily break this rope and get himself free. So the elderly man approached the trainer for the elephant and he asked him, so how come such a big elephant I put in strain, but this little rope, how is this possible? The elephant is so big, he can easily break the rope. And then the trainer had laughed and he said, well, the answer is simple. When the elephant was small, we used to tie his leg with this rope. And as he grew older, he realized that this rope is always there to keep him tight. And when he became an older, he just give up on the fight with this rope. And today he will never try again because in his brain, it's impossible. How many of us we believe that something is impossible? Because this is maybe something we have been told, or this is maybe we have been seen, or this is something we maybe came across in the past. But it's our own limitations, which are really a barrier and the rope for our own success. And if we're willing to be more open-minded, more hungry, more coachable, we would be able to see all these beautiful opportunities, which Academy of Private Investor beautifully packaged in front of everybody. Nothing is impossible. The only limitations we have is limitations in our head. So remember the story about little elephant. Remember the statistic I shared with you and make the choice, make a decision which will really, really, really make your life different. And because of this decision, you also will be able to impact hundreds of thousands and million people all over the world, because you can, because you're able, because you committed, because you decided. So one more time, happy anniversary to Andrey Khovratov, to entire company, to every single student who's here, who listening us, who cheerfully with us, who's here because you see the value what Academy of Private Investors is bringing to you. I'm very proud of all of you, and I'm looking forward to see you on 17 on Investment Consultant Course. Happy anniversary, and I see you soon, guys.
Hello, dear colleagues. Thank you very much, Mila, Andrey. And today I would like to tell you that those successes of the company over the last 10 years is only the result of the practical outlook. It's not a secret that there are a lot of universities worldwide. There are numerous courses, training programs, but thank you very much, dear colleagues. I will start from NEEW as I was distracted. Well, I would like to thank once again Andrey, Mila, for them to give this introduction. And our course is totally different from all the other courses as it is practice-oriented. And you know, there is a good saying to look at and to see are two different things. Let us try over the next 15 minutes to see which world we live in, why, and most important, what we can and must do to make and become successful in the era of global transformations. First slide, please. Dear colleagues, every day on TV, on the internet, we hear a lot of figures. I will give you some examples. And everyone reacts to them in a different way. For instance, we know that over 10 years, S&P raised from 1,000% point to 4,000. So quite good piece of information. The market is growing. You can earn, but whether it's good or bad, not everyone can answer. Or for instance, another figure, GDP of the USA, the largest economy of the world, is today over 21 trillion US dollars. Is it bad or good compared to the sovereign debt of the United States? Is over 28 trillion to be as of today, and etc. All these figures that we see everywhere, they don't answer the question of how to become successful if we cannot interpret them. But to interpret them, you must understand which world we are in and whether the United States could one day pay off their debts. And look, let's take a simple approach, and the details of this approach will be studied during our course, whereas now we will see quite quickly what is going on. I will take you 20 years back, how we lived. There were standalone companies operating and trying to make profits. Over these 2-3 decades, the world changed. Where do we live? We live in a digital world where platform-based solutions are of success, ecosystem-based solutions. And our company, the Academy of Private Investor, is an integral part of educational ecosystem. Next slide, please. There is a question, how should we respond to all those figures around, as we understand that around there are traditional businesses, there are very few of them, or they may disappear quite soon. Look at this chart. So this red line actually shows that S&P index, the key index of the stock market, increased radically. It means that we could earn on top of it. But what did we do to earn? And why should we act this way and not a different way? And for this, we are to study which economic system is around. In a few words, I will explain it to you. It's very simple. Next slide, please. Before, we understood that the basis of the economic development is what? Money and the ideas implemented by people when they are paid. And over the last 50 years, the situation changed radically. Let us recall what happened in 1971 on the 15th of August. Do you remember? I will remind you. On this amazing day, the golden standard was dissolved, was cancelled. And since then, gold and US dollars are not equivalents anymore. And as soon as it happened, there was the massive issuance of money, gradually, slowly. And if you look at this chart, the global debt exceeds almost 300 trillion US dollars. Is this money backed by real assets? No way. And then there is a conclusion, surprising conclusion. If before the money provided as the loans to the economy aimed at its development, whereas today the money that enters the economy stopped to develop it as 10 years ago. And the debts, sovereign debts of the United States, over 28 trillion or 131% of their GDP, or debts of Eurozone, and the GDP, so it exceeds GDP of 102%, which is a sign that the money, as we are used to them, actually changed their nature. And what does this mean? Here in this chart, there are very easy to understand things, red line and gray line. These are the economic changes depending on the inflow of cash into the economy through loan proceeds. And we see there is lagging behind the inflow of money into the economy, red line, and gray, what we see in practice. So the red line exceeds the gray one, meaning that the money does not serve its purpose anymore. Next slide. And here, are we on the verge of a crisis? So a totally different situation in terms of inflation rate. These two charts show the following: how the S&P index changes, this is the blue line, and how inflation rate changes real estate price-wise. And we see that the prices on real estate raise exponentially. What does it mean? It means that the money that flows into the economy, instead of serving this economy, they go to the stock market. And again, they're pumping this financial blow. And 2008, when there was the financial crisis and collapse, actually, it is quite soon will be a reality. But there is another thing, simple thing. These two surprising charts show what happened due to the pandemic to the prices for shipping, container shipping costs. Before, one container shipped cost us $2,000 to $3,000 US, whereas today this is the black line, whereas now it costs us $10,000. Then answer this question. Will these costs be included into the final price for the final user? Or can you earn on this if you know this surprising information? Next slide. And it's not all. Andrey said about the unique investor, Mr. Buffett. And Buffett indicator and these two charts, blue and gray one, show a measure of the size of the stock market bubble, which is unexceptionally high. What does it mean? It means that the source of funding, this is the gray line at the bottom. This is the yield of sovereign securities or treasuries of the United States is in decline, which means that people don't buy them. If they don't buy, then it means that the economy of the US will have no inflow of new money. And if it has no inflow of money, then answer the question, will it be able to pay off its debts? I started my today's speech with, no, definitely no, it won't. And when you know these indicators and you are good at interpreting them, you may make the right choice where to enter the market or leave the market. The COVID-19, it is a part of our reality. Up to 49% of businesses that actually passed the border of the addressing impacts of COVID, they report that their situation is worse than before. They have no inflow of cash enough. They don't have liquidity to provide salaries to their staff. And there are huge problems suffered by different sectors. Transport sector, a decline up to 5%. So the financial sector, agricultural sector were heavily affected as well. And what do you think? Will it have its impacts on other economic indicators? Yes, it will. There is a question whether we can earn on this. Next slide, please. And now I am taking you to an amazing slide which actually reflects the recovery of key global economies. And we see in the left-hand corner at the top, this is where the global economies were before the pandemic started, whereas in the right-hand corner, where they are in 2021 after the pandemic, post-pandemic time. And if they say that there is the recovery, it is still slow. We didn't reach the level pre-pandemic level. And what does this mean? It means that only those people who knows how to interpret the information I presented, who knows how to use the knowledge we will learn together with you and can apply in our consulting programs, will allow you to turn your knowledge into new oil. And it's not by accident that Andrey said that new economic evolution of the world is our new oil together or combined with the knowledge and information we may get. And it's up to you whether to become rich and successful and possess these practical skills, or to be like many others and float this river, depending where it takes you. And to sum up, dear colleagues, dear friends, today we have a unique chance, a chance not to learn something new, whereas in practice, change your life for the better. We will shift to a new format or form of money, digital money. We will tell you how to do it timely, how to earn on it, and we will understand how to distinguish between fake and accurate information we get every day, and how to get out of this flow those data which will actually back or inform your proper financial decisions. And you must understand that there should be a new economic model backed not by loan proceeds like before, but by the possibility to interpret information properly. There is a shift of the economic dimension. It happened several times over the history of the human civilization. And the last thing, new business is a new form. A new form, it means a lot of open platforms, big data, Internet of Things, and many others, blockchain, and many other innovative technologies are the ones that will allow you, when you have the knowledge that we will equip you with, to not simply to earn, but to make your life brighter, more interesting, more excited. Please take your decision and we will help you with everything. Thank you very much, and I pass over to the next speaker. Valery, thank you very much. Guys, can you hear and see me? I need your feedback. Someone says they can't see me. Great. Welcome all. Congratulations on our anniversary. I wish you to stay positive, super positive. And I'm really grateful for all of you to be here. There are those who are with the Academy for 10 years or less. Personally, I'm here 7 years, but you know, the Academy is the place that changed my mindset. And today I'd like to share with you what the mindset is. And if you look at the next slide, then you will see such a picture that someone out of us notices the figures to be paid, whereas there are those who actually focus the figures they may preserve, multiply, and increase their income portfolios, and etc. I remember myself when I only joined the training by Andrey. It was the second group of the Invest-consultant, and I was trained not to do business only, but most importantly, I was trained in proper mindset. Give me plus in the chat box if you are in the company for over 7 years. 7 years with the Academy of Private Investor. Give me a plus, please. Super. We are taking this journey together. And now give me 10, no matter how long you are in the company, but if today you got some value, that your life has changed, you feel that you are moving towards some totally new heights. Well, friends, coming back to the speech of Mila, where she said that I was chasing her. I was chasing her with my phone calls. And why I did this? And you may write this: when you know the value, when you know the value of this or that product, the value the person may get, at this point, you don't think about yourself, you think about him or her, you think about how his or her life may change. And let us imagine for 1 second that she gave up. She actually screwed me up, and I would never chase her anymore. would never motivate her for at least to try? You know, when you see some delicious pie, it looks delicious, but maybe it does not taste delicious. Or a different story, you see that the meal is quite clumsy. I remember my first time in Thailand. The food is strange at the first sight, but you taste it and it's delicious. And this is a totally different side or totally different approach. The person who actually knows this, who creates this, who knows the value, he wants you simply to try. And therefore, please note, there will be a possibility for everyone to try this course. Category 3, Profi-Investor of Category 3, you may simply try. And who would like today, personally, to be trained by a professional investor, but most importantly, not professional investor, but a practitioner? I saw so many people, good speakers, but when you ask a question, and what you have today in your financial portfolio, then you see that he is at a loss. So he heard of this, but he doesn't know how to do it in practice. And the question, would you like to be trained by a person who is a professional? And would you like to be trained by a practitioner? Those who are experienced, they have results, but most importantly, they are those that coach, train others. And all this is combined in this course. And while we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Academy of Private Investor, each of you has a huge opportunity. This door is open to you to enter and try it. Unfortunately, the first group is 300 persons. It was designed originally 300 first persons who, until the 1st of October, can you please tell me what we expect on the 1st of October? Please let me know which event do we have on the 1st of October. 7th anniversary of the company, cancellation of the sales of World CI. You guys, what is the event? EVENTI, Dubai, Expo Dubai, EVENTI, you are right. And before our event, EVENTI, those people who are in this first group of students of Profi-investors, and those people who will become invest consultants, there were 300 of them, but we widened our borders and maximum 350 to accommodate in a first group for this training. And now we have over 300 students here. And I think that half of them are here. By the way, give me one if you already booked your place in the first group. I was the one, I believe. Great. Congratulations. But there are people who would like more. And we have a surprise for you. Next slide, please. Each of you can see this surprise. What does it mean? Everything that is included into the training, those teachers, practitioners to share their knowledge. And I remember it was in 2015, 2016 when I started to build my investment portfolio. And then I started to search for other investors who may help me to build the investment portfolio. And do you know what I faced? I faced that when I told them that I study in the Academy of Private Investor, they were showing fingers, laughing at me. Good luck. If you faced something similar, put a minus, but notice one important phenomena. In 2015, 2016, people ignored, didn't believe, whereas in 2017, when I built together with my wife our investment portfolio of over 1 million, at that point, many people changed their minds. And well, what is the Academy teaching in? And I know that, give me 5 in the chat if today you have an investment portfolio of at least $100,000 worth. $100,000, the investment portfolio worth of $100,000. But this is the beginning. This is what we started with. And afterwards, you will pump it more, 200, 500,000, and then 1 million. And don't give up, don't stop, because I realized that as soon as it seems to me I'm okay, I'm comfortable, it is not comfortable in reality. And you should put a bar higher. And coming back to my story, when they were showing their fingers at me, then I showed them my result. And today I'm really proud. I'm really proud that for over 10 years, I support the movement initiated by Andrey Khovratov. His ideology of new economic evolution of the world, where everyone clearly understands what finances are and how to manage them. Moreover, today I take pride and really excited about those people who gave me 5s. If I go down to 100,000 or I go smaller, 10,000, 20,000. By the way, do you have until 50? If your investment portfolio is under $50,000. Give me 7, please. Eleonora, I remember her when she was only 18, and this girl came to me to be trained, not knowing what finances are, money is, whereas today she has her own investment portfolio. Guys, and we all, those who have investment portfolios and all those who will be in the first group, guys, we will learn from the practitioners. And today, I personally can tell you that I am really proud that some time ago, I did not give up and is at the first level, at the same level of the personal advisor of Andrey. So the fashion setter of Valery Petrov, who is for a long time was actually acting as the master of ceremony, advising Andrey, whereas today he is out of the shadow and is ready to share his knowledge to build new economic evolution of the world and develop academy. And there are 37 places left for those people who would like to become members of the first group. And today there will be a shift. The first group is enrolled. Congratulations to all of you. And all those people who buy the course after the midnight Moscow time, guys, you will be enrolled to the second group of the Invest-consultant training. The decision is on your side. Make your decision, and like Andrey always says, there are people who read a lot. They are libraries. They know a lot. There are people who are able to do a lot. They do a lot, they act a lot, and their result is their abilities. Whereas there are those who are successful, and they are the ones who frequently take decisions. But I would add to this, they are fast to take decisions, and their life is changing dynamically. And today, we all, for all of us, our CEO and our visionary of the new economic evolution of the world, Andrey Khovratov, prepared a unique present for someone of you. Someone is going to be lucky today, and I will ask in all the rooms, share a link. It will be the draw. And I will ask Andrey here and make this quiz, guessing game, and announce those prizes. The first 5 people will get. If you are interested to find out the presence of this quiz, give me a plus. If you are really looking forward, if you would like to know about it. Armand, this is from Andrey. I believe Tatyana will do it. I can do it. I can host it. I simply wanted you would like to announce our today's winners. Winners will be announced a bit later. Now we will start the quiz. So in the chat rooms, or sorry, in the chat boxes, you can find the link. Next slide, please. Please answer the questions of this quiz right away, and the first 5 people with the correct answers will get a chance. There is a request to send the link once again. Dear admins, please share the link once again. So go to the link. Armand is asking whether he may participate in this quiz. Actually, you can, but the presents target those who haven't bought the Invest-consultant, the Profi-Investor of category 1, of category 3. And those who are in business less than 1 year. So the eligibility is those who haven't bought. Tatyana will explain now better. Look, now you see a link to the quiz. Look, the idea is the following. Now there is a link to the quiz. You go there and first of all, complete the fields with your details, your name, last name, login, contact details, your email, and afterwards you answer 6 simple questions. And the first to answer them correctly will be displayed on the screens, and we will do it for all the rooms, and we'll actually identify the fastest participants. But most important that you haven't bought this course yet, because the prices apply to those who haven't bought this course yet. And we see that there are your answers already. And I see some forms completed in Russian, in English. I see some correct answers. Tatyana will filter out your forms by time. I see it in Italy, 7 persons. Let's display it. Can I do it? I will activate my screen and we will see how you answer. In Spain, 1 person answered. In the UK, 19 people, in the English room, quite likely. So English speakers are the quickest. In India, 8 persons. Netherlands, 1. Russia, 34 answers. There are even winners. Andrey says that there are 5 winners identified. So a lot of people answered, and look, are they all from the Russian room? English room as well. 16, 28, but they should be correct as far as I understand. Most importantly, there should be correct answers. 7 out of 7. This is the correct answers. I opened the English language, English speaking room, and you see there are no results with the correct answers. 7 out of 7. So we have Darin El Sayed. No, we have Michael Boyd. But Tatyana is responsible for checking your answers and will identify the winners. And Armand says, here, I'd like to clarify one more thing. I talked to Russian room, and the link was shared first, which means that there is at least 10 seconds delay, and other rooms were provided a bit later. Okay. But look, those people who I see as our winners, they already bought these packages. No, wait a minute, this is upgrade. They bought it at 710, a Profi-Investor, and after answering, they would like to upgrade it to the Invest-consultant. Andrey says, Eleonora Barakina, 6 out of 7. Tatyana suggests the following. Guys, we need some time to actually verify everything, and only then we will make a list of our winners as the news release. It will be tomorrow only. This is the introductory session, the technical session, content. So the major session will start on the 17th, and by that time, you will all learn about the winners. In case there were some delays, like Armand says, because she takes care of the English speaking room. So let's do it this way. Armand says, I agree. Guys, do you agree to learn the results after, as soon as the results are verified? Put plus in the chat if you agree to learn them a bit later after the full verification. There are a lot of people from the Spanish room, from the English room. We have 125 people. Actually, we can do it by the language group. Maybe this way. 46, the Netherlands 10. Armand says, meanwhile, congratulations to all of you for taking part in this quiz. Then tomorrow we will announce the results. Yes, let's come back to our presentation. It's not all. There are some other presents. And Armand, we have one more slide about EVENTI and Dubai. Could you please bring the slides back? I believe there are people on Facebook as well, and quite likely we need to consider them. Did they get a link? No, link was not sent to YouTube. So we will verify everything and actually prepare the information so that you may see the correctness of the award of our winners. Thank you very much, Andrey. Let us thank him for inventing different quizzes so that the fastest, the quickest, the hungriest persons could actually change and could actually get the valuable education. Well, dear friends, I'd like to continue my part. You know, I told you about my story when I chased Mila, called her many times, even without allowing her to think that she may not enroll to the Master Profi course. And why? I always keep this in my mind. Why did I do it? The reason is that a trainer or a teacher or a mentor, he knows the value of what he gives. And those people who today show the results, 5, 10, 7, or those with their investment portfolios have results in the business, practical results. These people, please tell us. Give a minus if you disagree, that if you are not grateful to the person who introduced you to this company. So if give me a minus, no, give a plus if you are grateful to the person who introduced you to this company, and a minus if you hate him or her. And look, how many people are grateful to one person who was persistent and insisted on your joining because he saw this value. Change the slide, please. So the winner will be announced tomorrow. Winners will be announced tomorrow. And those people who are enrolled to the first group, congratulations. With this, congratulations on the start of this course, Invest-consultant, including Profi-Investor of category 3, category 2, category 1, and which in total costs 15,000 units to be exact. And today, you actually managed to join it, and you will be the ones who will afterwards share your feedback, how valuable it is. And I'm sure 150% or 1000% that it will be the most powerful course, because after taking it, graduating from it, you will have your own investment portfolio, some strategies. And you've seen that over 10 minutes, Valery Petrov, personally, I saw where and how, knowing some information of the economic development, I understand where you can invest and where you can make money on and multiply it. And we all together, we start our course on the 17th of October. Sorry, 17th of September. We launch this course this Friday. So please get ready. Put aside any devices that may distract you and be focused, as this will be very valuable. And all those people who take this course, who can come to Dubai, then together with you, we will actually celebrate it at our outstanding event, EVENTI 2021, to take place on the 19th of October 2021 in Movenpick Grand L Bustan Dubai Hotel. And there we will gather together and celebrate and congratulate all those graduates. But don't forget that on the 17th and 18th of October, the Dubai as well, there will be the training for invest consultants. So please make a print screen to know the dates. The training will be from the 17th to the 18th of October, and EVENTI will take place on the 19th October. This will be in a 5-star hotel. Next to it, there are some other hotels, lower class. So aim to be in this hotel, but in case you fail or could not actually afford it because of your budget, there are a lot of other hotels you may find accommodation in. And I see that Galia, if you answered today and were one of the first 5 persons to respond to it, then maybe you will be here. Those people who bought it, there will be some break, and afterwards there will be a meeting after this session, which completes quite soon. There will be an introductory session with all our students. So we will have 5-10 minutes break for you to get ready. And guys, once again, congratulations to all of you. And we are looking forward to meeting you at our session. Andrey has the session message to all of you, you know? Dear friends, give me one if you would like to learn from us, but you don't have money which this training course costs. And my announcements to all of you, for you to understand why the Academy is unique. And when I opened Academy in 2011, it was my goal. A person may start studying with us after making money with us. In all the traditional educational institutions, there is such a feature. First of all, you study and then you go find employment and get paid, or you work extra time, part-time. Whereas with us, there are a lot of free materials. I don't like the word free materials, free of charge, but open materials you may use and make money. And thanks to the partnership company Evorich, you may start making money today. You may find a client today who may invest in our partner companies, UGPay Group, selling security tokens, digital guarantees, they provide training. And for corporate clients, there is a good offer, by the way. You gain, and maybe today or tomorrow you find a client who will buy in the amount of lower than 100,000, and you earn 8% or 5%, and your earning will be 5,000 to be invested into training. When I opened the Academy in 2011, 6 months after, there was a mix. If you buy a set of courses and the price was $2,500, and one guy who actually earned 200,000, he did not withdraw it, and I contacted him and told him, you are active in recruiting people. Why do you work? I want to learn from you, but I have no money. 2,500, but I have only 2,000, not 20,000, but 2,000. But since he was an active recruiter, and I told him, even you are invited to study if you pay 2,000. And guys, look, there are good discounts. Today, you may buy at 3,000 what in reality costs 15,000. With all the discounts in October, it will cost from 5,000 to 8,000, whereas you may pay only 1,000. If you are not in a hurry to enter this group, then you can work with your clients until the 1st of October, when the UGPay group, so when the sales of security tokens will be terminated, until the 22nd of February 2022. So this is the magical date, the mirror date, and the second phase will be open then. Then until the 1st of October, you may do the miracle business. You simply actually make the decision, and this makes us educational project different, that by accepting these marketing opportunities offered by our partner company Evorich, you may earn and invest into your education. Those people who answered one, that they don't have money, then take advantage of the marketing program of Evorich to make money, and then you may not be in the first group of students, but in the second. And in case you can earn this money by the 17th of September, then you may buy it. Actually, you may buy it and attend the session. And by the way, there will be home assignments. So you buy it, you take the home assignment, and then it will be full-fledged education. So please make money together with us and invest into education. Andrey thanks you all for attention. Armand says, some people say, I'm ready to buy, but I need to top up money. Is it possible to do the following? Those people who make decision right away here, and they are busy with topping up their accounts, they will be indicated in Google form so that they can actually at this price buy it. Because if it takes longer than until this evening, this possibility is still available to them. Is it possible? And what is the price of today? 3,000. Then we may extend this offer until the 17th. Tatyana, can we extend this offer until the 17th? According to our plan, it should be cancelled at midnight. I believe our IT team will be able to extend it until the 18th. No, Andrey says until the 17th. So for another day. Guys, look, those who text me personally, another 24 hours until midnight, the 16th of September, to implement the decision you made. Welcome to you all. And then make the home assignment. Home assignment, it will take you maximum 4 hours before you start your session. Are we meeting in 5 or 10 minutes? Look, it's almost 10 minutes to 5 in Moscow. So we will meet 5 p.m. sharp Moscow time. as we need some technical organizational issues to be covered. Well, once again, congratulations and cheers. We are not a small company. We are a multi-million company, as the sales worth hundreds millions over this time. And Armand says, I would add that we only get started. Well, wish you good luck to all of you, and bye-bye. We'll see you, the students of the training, in 10 minutes.